Gentlemen, welcome to tonight's coaching video. Got a brilliant article for you tonight. This one is entitled, Still Single in Your 30s. There must be something wrong with you. This is written by a woman named Paula Marie. She is apparently 38, still single, and has spent most of her money on traveling the world. Go figure. So apparently she has her dream job, which is a flight attendant. Very few of these flight attendants ever end up settling down. A lot of them end up hooking up with the pilots and co-pilots. Not saying she is, but I'm just saying a lot of them do. So this is her blog, and we are going to read her brilliant article on why you are still single in your 30s and there must be something wrong with you. Let's roll into this. As she has this racy photo. Is this her in this photo? I can't tell. Regardless, let's go into her article. Turning 30 is scary, especially if you are single. Socially, it is acceptable to be single in your 20s. In fact, it is actually encouraged to be single in your 20s. Well, it depends who you talk to. If you have slutty girlfriends who like to go clubbing every weekend and like to take trips to Cabo and Europe and leave their men at home, then yes, they are going to be encouraging you to be single in your 20s. And you know what? Those girls will still be doing the same thing in well into their 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond, and complaining about why they can't find good men. Her article goes on to say, especially in our modern day world, as many people are settling down and getting married later in life, yet, for many women, the pressure to find the one is still very confronting, and the thought of being still single in your 30s is absolutely terrifying. My best friend recently turned 30, and she was terrified of this. But at that time, I wasn't entirely sure why. That is, until a late-night phone call one evening in the months that followed. We were long overdue for a catch-up, and at the time, she had just had her heart broken by a guy that she was madly in love with. So, of course, the conversation was a long one, in which we both poured our hearts out over the perils of finding love. And it was at this moment that she finally confessed that she was terrified of the cliche stigma, still single in your 30s. That should be a YouTube channel. Even though that is the covers many of our topics here on the channel lately. Still single in your 30s. For females, of course. For men, different story. We've both been single for many years. I wonder why. Would love to have a conversation with these guys that were in LTRs with them and dated them in their 20s. Let's hear what they have to say. Always two sides of the story, right? Don't be like the mainstream, like most mainstream news watchers where you take everything out of context, guys. So she goes on to say, we've both been single for many years. So, of course, I already knew that she longs to find her soulmate. Yet, still, I was somewhat surprised by her apprehension to turning 30. As it turns out, a male colleague, her boss, in fact, told her, if a woman is still single in her 30s, there must be something wrong with her. See, I think instinctually, guys, men just know this. We just know this as guys, instinctually. It's like, if you see a car sitting on a dealer lot and it is beautiful, cherry red, it's got all the options you could ever want, nice sports car, convertible, it's at a fair price, and then a week later it's still sitting there, and then years later it's still sitting there, 10 years later it's still sitting there, won't you start to ask yourself why nobody bought this little red sports car back when it was still brand new? Why did nobody buy it when it was obviously in its prime and it's like was fairly priced? You'll have to ask yourself why. She goes on to say, as she shared this conversation with me, including her detest for the statement, I was equally as shaken. Oh my goodness, they're shaken. Oh, stop saying this. Stop saying it's so mean. Cancel him. The comment, still single in your 30s, rang true for me as well, as it wasn't exactly the first time I'd heard it either. Instantly, it reminded me of a remark made by one of my male colleagues during my corporate career in reference to the fact that I have been in several long-term relationships that didn't lead to marriage. The guy went on to say, "Oh, So you are damaged goods then. Tell me this dude has not seen the 33 Secrets. Tell me you're not watching the 33 Secrets without telling me you're not watching the 33 Secrets. So she obviously was shocked by that statement, as many women were when I first released that video about 4 years ago. And it's one of my most popular videos, by the way. If she's over 30 and single, she's damaged goods. So she goes on to complain here. Why is it that society perceives that a woman who is not married must have issues? Because 99.9% of the time, honey, she does. 99.9% of the time, she has issues, emotional baggage, is a train wreck, can't function in a normal, healthy relationship, loves bad boys, hates nice guys. Could that be why there's this stigma? Perhaps she just hasn't met the right person yet. Oh my goodness, fellas. These chicks, I mean, this girl here, let's go back up to her photo. This girl here, all right, she's not a dime piece by any means, at least by my standards. She's not bad looking either. She's got blonde hair. She's not a model or anything, but hey, she's a flight attendant. That's attractive to a lot of guys. Probably has a nice body, blue eyes, blonde hair. Are you telling me that she didn't have opportunities to settle down with some beta, some decent looking guy that is on the same look scale with her, that would have put a ring on her finger and would have stayed with her and had kids? Are you telling me she didn't have that opportunity? Especially as a flight attendant, they're in one of the most social environments on the planet. She has one of the most socially open jobs on the planet, where she gets to talk to people all day long. Are you telling me that she never had that opportunity, that even one of her coworkers, one of her pilots, somebody with a good job, didn't want to do more than just have sex with her? Are you kidding me? That's the funny thing with these women. They have so much selection, so many options, that they just value none of them, right? It's just, you have so many options that none of them are of value of you. Unlike with guys, we don't get that many options in life when it comes to dating, right? So we have to pick one. Otherwise, we go it alone. But it's easier for guys to go it alone than a female is. So she goes on to say, perhaps she just hasn't met the right person yet. Yeah, all of those 100 dudes who've been between her legs. Yeah, those weren't the right guys. They weren't the right one. The 150th, maybe he'll be the right one. But until then, I'll keep banging all these different guys on the dating apps. My friend, who is a fellow Cancerian, okay, so she's a Cancer, is one of the most loyal souls I've ever met. Yet modern dating is tough. So why is our society so quick to judge? I think it's more than a judgment call at this point. It's actually statistical. Sure, I've been through a lot of pain and heartbreak on the path to finding love. So translation, let me translate the womanese here, guys. She's been through a lot of pain and heartbreak on the path to finding love. So she's had her heart broken a bunch of times. Are these by guys who are of equal value to her, or maybe even a little less? No. These are guys who are out of her league. She's going for chads. She's going for guys that are better looking than her, obviously can get younger women than her, have plenty of options, yet she expects those guys to settle for her. It's always the same story with these chicks who end up 30 and still single beyond the age of 30, right? It's always the same. Oh, a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak. He broke my heart. Why did you choose that guy? Oh, I thought he loved me. Well, what about all these betas that you friend zoned? What about all those good guys that were bringing you flowers and calling you every night and texting you and making sure you got home safe and walking to your car? What about those guys who never forgot your birthday and always brought you roses, flowers, candy? How about one of those guys? Oh, no, gross. He's just a brother. Yeah. But that has made me stronger as a person. And if anything, we only have more love to give to the right person who is deserving of my affection and commitment. Deserving of your... what are we, just a bunch of peasants and you're like a queen? Oh my gosh, look at the mindset these chicks come from. This is why, and this is the tip, not just her, but it's just the mindset of most still single 30-plus-year-old women. This is their mindset. I deserve. What do you bring to the table? Well, I'm the woman. No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. If you are not traditional, submissive, youthful, right? Forget about it. All bets are off. Right? And most of these chicks, the least they could do now that they're losing their looks is at least be traditional and submissive. You would think they would get more submissive and traditional as they get older so they could land a guy, right? No, they get worse. They get more dominant, more angry, more hostile, more masculine. They go in the opposite direction. Then they're like crying about, well, I just haven't met the right one, somebody who deserves my love and affection and commitment. Yeah, you know who she thinks she deserves is the Chad. I've been single for 10 years now. 10 years, guys. She's been single for 10 years. That's a lot of time to reflect. That's a lot of time to think like, maybe I need to lower my standards a bit. Then I could land the guy. No, that's it. The standards go up, as you see. You guys see it for yourself. I don't have to tell you this. These women, their standards go up as they get older. So she's been single for 10 years now. That is a little scary when I say it like that. Well, it's the truth. But during my 20s, I learned a lot about love, probably because you had the pick of the litter. I've been in several long-term relationships and also dated a lot of different men, a.k.a. carousel. What happened in those long-term relationships? So she's saying, so now I know exactly what I'm looking for in a relationship. If a guy does... Oh, here you go. Here we go, guys. Listen to this. If a guy doesn't cut it, I can normally see the signs from a mile away. Yet somehow the wrong type of man is commonly the one I seem to attract. Hello. She just said it right there. Right? She just said it right there. She said the wrong type of guy is the guy that she commonly seems to attract. No, honey, you are going for those guys. Take some responsibility. You, yourself, are voluntarily choosing to pick these wrong guys. What have I told you guys over and over? That's why these chicks are still single, still DG, is because they go for the bad boys who mistreat them, who abuse them, who like run amok in their lives, who make them cry, make them sad, make them, who ghost them, who, they love this type of mental anguish, right? Because they love this drama because it's like a roller coaster. It's fun. It's like an amusement park. Wee! Oh, he's not calling today. Wee! Oh, he just had sex with me and then went to some other girl's house. Wee! It's like a ride. They can't function with a normal, healthy guy. I've told you this over and over. This is why I implore you guys to stay away from single women over 30. This is the nonsense that you're going to deal with, that you're going to bring into your life. This is the type of chaos, gentlemen. Okay? This is the type of chaos you will bring into your life if you date these type of women. This is why I call them the DG on my channel. Because why? Because they are. You see, she's admitting it herself. I've been in long-term relationships and dated a lot of different men. AKA, I had sex with a lot of men. So now I know exactly what I'm looking for. If he doesn't cut it, I can see the signs a mile away. Somehow I attract the wrong type of men. No, you're choosing those guys. Okay, you don't want a nice guy. You don't want a good man. You want the Chad. This is the cycle with these girls, as we talk about on my channel. They want the Chad, the high-level guy, to submit to them, right? To give in to them, because these chicks have tremendous egos, right? They have tremendous egos. They are very arrogant, and they want to win. That's what it's about. Power, winning. I thought guys were competitive. No, these chicks just want to win. Once they get Chad to, he'll never do that, but I mean, if they can beta-tize Chad and get him to submit and act like the beta they want him to, the second he does that, they lose respect for him. They will squash that guy, right? And they will just go for the next dude. They will go out there and find another one. That's why they stay single. Because why? They are damaged at the core. Okay, so it goes on to say here, the journey to finding love has been somewhat frustrating for me as I search for genuine connections. You don't want a genuine connection, hun. You want the bad boy to submit to you. That's all you want. That's your translation. That's your idea of a genuine connection. Chad submitting to me, and then after he submits, I lose all interest and I kick him in the balls and go for the next Chad who won't submit, and I can write more articles about how I'm torturing myself. So I've started to delve deeper into my dating history to see what I'm doing to prevent myself from finding true love. Last year, I began focusing energy on harnessing the law of attraction. The girl is Looney Tunes once she starts, citing the law of attraction for how she's going to find her forever man. So, taking up a suggestion from a friend, I decided to write a letter to the universe. She wrote a letter to the universe, so obviously, in her dating profile, she's not a Christian, she's not a Catholic, she's spiritual but not religious. I'm spiritual but not religious. So look how cool I am. I'm not a Christian. I don't go to church. I'm not old school like that. Malarkey. I'm spiritual but not religious. How cool am I? I'm so progressive. That's how these chicks are. Such a joke. Such a joke. Dear Universe, this is her letter. Dear Universe, I am ready to meet the love of my life. My twin flame soulmate. Someone who challenges me. Well, you definitely have that. A partner. Notice how that's like one of the first on the list. Someone who challenges me. AKA somebody who doesn't listen to me. Someone who dominates me. Somebody who tells me to go piss off. Somebody who doesn't reward my bad behavior. And somebody who just acts like I'm invisible. That's what she wants. A partner who cares for me and makes me laugh. Yeah, bull malarkey, honey. A man who supports me and is capable of being a great father to my children in the future. You are now in your mid-30s, so I would start axing that out. I would stop holding out. A practical hard worker who is not afraid to get his hands dirty and who works hard to achieve financial stability so that he can provide for his family. It's so funny how these chicks live such a progressive lifestyle throughout their 20s and like bang all these chads, go night clubbing, go to Cabo, bang Juan, Pedro, Caesar in all parts of the world, and then spout all these like liberal ideas. And then when it comes down to it, they want a traditional man who is going to act traditional while they act non-traditional. The hypocrisy in these DG females over 30 is just out of this world. It's just out of this world and disgusting at this point that they can't see how ludicrous they are. And I think at this point, she doesn't even need a dating coach. She needs like a psychologist. Forget the therapist, right? Find a psychologist. Therapist is just going to tell them exactly what they want to hear. A practical hard worker, a man who is loyal, trustworthy, and deserving of my love. You have to be deserving of my love. What level of arrogance do you have to say something like that? Oh, you have to be deserving of me. You have to deserve me. Any high value guy, you talk to him like that, he's going to tell you to go kick rocks, right? As you should, as I would. Right? I would tell these chicks, get over yourself. Get over yourself and join us in reality. You're not a special snowflake. You're damaged goods. You're well over 30. You're aging. You're getting gray hair. You're getting more wrinkles. You're getting fatter. You're getting more masculine. You have a ton of emotional baggage. Get over yourself, right? And be realistic. I will tell you right now, this chick is going to be 70 years old living alone in a tiny studio apartment when she's no longer a flight attendant and living alone with cats. I mean, I'm just happy that the cats have some place to stay and they'll have a companion. I don't like seeing cats live their lives alone. So at least these chicks are serving some purpose. Someone who makes me smile and someone I can explore the world with on life's crazy journey. I mean, notice how this list is all about her. I mean, really, listen to this list. It's all about what she wants. This is what I want. I deserve this. Give me, give me, give me. She's just a taker. Like most of these chicks over 30. You are a taker. You're not a giver. And I feel bad. I feel sorry for any guy who ends up with somebody with this type of mindset. Right? If you find a chick with this mindset, don't walk, run. Okay? Run. Run, son. I ran all the way home. Yeah, get out of there. Because, I mean, this list is just horrendously absurd, bizarre, and screams egomaniac. I pledge to release any negative feelings I have towards past love and embrace this new relationship with an open heart. Oh, wow, yay, yay. You're going to let go of all those guys who banged you and went up inside every single hole on your body and yacked up inside of you. You're carrying the DNA and sperm of all of these different men that you met on Tinder, Bumble, all these other dating apps. Yet you're pledging to release any negative feelings you have towards the past. And what about him? What if he doesn't want to release it? What if he's grossed out with the number of guys you've been with? Does he matter at all? Have you noticed, guys? Like, does the guy even matter? She's just looking for somebody to fill the suit. Like a lot of these chicks, they're just like looking for somebody who fits the suit. They're looking for their friggin' Johnny Bravo. Do you guys remember that episode of Brady Bunch, the Johnny Bravo? They were just looking for somebody who fit the suit, right? That's what these chicks are looking for. They're just looking for somebody who fits their suit, right? You could be anybody. They will never care about you. They can never truly love you. They will never truly have your back. It will always be about them, right? Her whole list here is so shallow. It's so shallow and egotistical. It's sad. And then she closes her letter to the universe, not God, but to the universe, because she's spiritual, not religious. Please send the love of my life a message that I am ready to welcome them. Who's them? Him. She's not saying him. She says, I'm ready to welcome them into my life so that we can start our life path journey together. Who's them? She didn't even say him. She said them. Unbelievable. Signed, Paula. Whether or not it actually helps to manifest my soulmate, we are yet to see. Strangely enough, though, not long after I wrote this letter, I did feel a shift in my energy towards finding love. Yeah, that's called Satan playing with your brain there. It's empowering. There goes that word that every single female over 30 uses. It's empowering to know that you are in control of your love life. Well, too bad most guys your age can't say the same. Right, we have to actually give, and meet takers like you while getting nothing in return and just, hoping for a shot. You have had tons of guys in your life come in and you're out of your life and you haven't chosen a single one. And then here you are crying about the fact that you can't get a Chad to, some guy with plenty of dating options while you have dwindling dating options to settle for you. And I don't know what she's yapping about here. She's yapping about crystals and like a lot of that, like Eastern healing. Obviously, this chick does yoga and all that other stuff. Yeah, another one of these woke progressive females who wants a traditional man, even though she will never act traditional and wants to be a wife but doesn't want to act like a wife. So that is her story, guys. As always, let me know what you think of Paula's little blog here. Anything you would like to share, don't go over to her blog and start attacking her. Don't do that, right? Drop your comments below. Share your grievances below. That's what the channel is for. Drop them below and let me know what you think of her story. Anything you would like to share that I might have missed. Anything you'd like to add. Any experiences you've had dating these still single over 30-year-old women. Drop them below. I'd love to hear your story. And as always, smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button as well. Smash both of them. Right? Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who love all of this red pill content I'm teaching you, you love what I'm teaching you here and I'm enlightening you, best way to support me is to jump into my monthly online coaching program, 7 months of mastery. Right now it's only $1. It's very easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click the link below. It will take you over to my website. You can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. It's the absolute best way to support my work, and you're going to get a ton of value out of it, especially in that very first month for just that $1, where you could check it out, see if you like it. I'm going to teach you how to go out there and cold approach the youngest, hottest, most beautiful-looking women on the planet. I'm talking about the 8s, 9s, and 10s, right? I'm not talking about the 30-year-old harpies. I'm not talking about, these damaged females that have been divorced 3 times, have like kids from 5 different daddies. No, I'm talking about young, beautiful women in their early 20s mostly that are feminine and are just looking for good guys that are still traditional. I teach you how to find these girls, and I teach you how to cold approach them because this is very difficult to do on dating apps. So I don't teach you dating apps. I teach you old school cold approach pickup, which has become a lost art form. But I teach you how to do this stuff, and myself and my thousands of students all around the world now have gotten success for years and years and years. Many of my students have ended up getting married to very high quality women, traditional women. You guys message me all the time thanking me, and I will start posting some of those testimonials as well in the future. But if you want to join us and get into 7 months of mastery, that's where it starts. Click the link below. Get over to my website, get signed up right now. It's just $1. Takes 2 seconds, and I'll see you in my next coaching video.